Rihanna has more than just...
So this is really cool. Rihanna came out and talked about plastic surgery during an interview in a very real way and just said some hysterical things.
Admitting, quote, I want my pinned back to my shoulders.
This line is going to be classic. People have been talking about this for a long time. So let's talk about where this started. She went for an interview, and the interview was about just anything and everything. She said she's going to do an interview, like make it totally out there. And when they got to the point of plastic surgery, the interviewer said, well, what about plastic surgery? What are your thoughts? Like 10 years from now, what do you think your fantasy procedure would be? And she said, 10 years? No, I don't got that kind of time. And then she got into the whole breast thing because, after having a child, getting a little older, things changing, apparently her number one issue are her breasts. And that line is classic.
She clarifies, I don't want implants, I just want a lift.
So this is also kind of interesting. I don't want implants, I want a lift. And I see this a lot in my patients. They'll come for consultation. And these days, people are a little bit wary about having breast implants. And you have to talk to them about it because getting a lift and getting implants are two different things. And she's saying she doesn't want implants, she just wants a lift because she wants them pinned up to her shoulders, like she said before. You can do a lift, but if you've lost volume from having a child or losing weight or just aging, lifting them is still going to be a pretty flat, empty breast with a nipple in a higher position. And putting implants in also is not going to give you a lift. You can't just get implants instead of getting a lift because you don't want to get the scars. Because putting an implant in a sagging breast is just going to make a bigger sagging breast. But she's really on it and has a pretty good idea of what she's looking for, and it seems really, really reasonable. You never see this in celebrities putting it out there like that.
I haven't done enough research to know, but I heard that you might have some scars. The Umbrella singer shares that plastic surgery kind of freaks her out.
Yeah, well, plastic surgery should freak her out. I was telling my patients they got to take it really, really seriously.
Sharing, I don't want to ever have a tummy tuck because I don't want a new navel and I don't want that scar, right? I'm also scared of the knife. So if I had to pick one thing, I'm going to pick my boobs.
No, that's the thing. A lot of people will just have the thing that's most important to them. And, we talked about this before. It's easy to criticize people who want to have cosmetic surgery. She's just laying it out there saying, look, I'm scared of plastic surgery. I don't want the scars, but I don't feel good about how my breasts are, and I want them better. So that's her priority. She's saying, I would never get a tummy tuck. I don't want to have the scars that has to do with. So everyone has their thing. And she's just really being very honest and transparent about it all.
While she doesn't rule out a BBL or Brazilian butt lift, RiRi says she thinks she could put in the work to tone up that part of her body.
There's an interesting point, too. She's talking about maybe getting a BBL. Doesn't rule it out, but figures she could just do squats and kind of build it up, and that's true to a certain extent. You can do squats, build up your butt, get a little bit more volume. There's treatments that can help bulk muscle, even if you're not able to isolate with the squats and get it going. And you can get a little bit fuller butt, but it all kind of goes back to everybody chooses a procedure that's right for them.
The mom of sons Riza and Riot shares that pregnancy has had her reflecting on her body, explaining, you get that when you're pregnant. Third trimester cellulite
Yeah,
is
this
no
is
joke.
definitely no
You
joke,
just
and
see
cellulite is
ripples
something we've been
coming
treating
from
a lot
places
lately,
you
too.
never knew, and it's all in your thighs because your thighs are carrying the weight of your baby and uterus.
Yeah, all these changes that you see, pregnancy is a big one, and here's a beautiful woman, successful, she's in the public eye, and she has the issues that are important to her, and she's talking about it here. The cellulite affects like 85% of women, so she's not alone, and it's not necessarily part of pregnancy or carrying around a baby with extra weight. Definitely weight gain and loss makes a difference, and pregnancy will do that to you. But it's not so much carrying around the extra weight as it is the expansion, gaining weight for the pregnancy or during the pregnancy, and then losing it later. That can kind of emphasize some natural structure you have, make cellulite that you might have had brewing kind of under the surface come out a little faster. But definitely pregnancy makes big changes. So it's really refreshing for me to see someone like Rihanna, a megastar, great artist, and in the middle of the public eye, coming out and talking about it and being real, because there's so many people out there that are saying, well, I had it done, but I wish I hadn't. And they've already benefited from the changes, having a bigger butt, having bigger breasts, making changes to their facial appearance that make them look the way they do now, and they become famous, and people love how they look, and they love how they look. But then, because it's kind of fashionable now to be anti-cosmetic surgery, people coming out and saying, oh, I wish I hadn't had it done. I don't want my children to do it. After you've already benefited from having it done and looking the way you do. And it's really great to see someone like Rihanna, that A-lister, talking about, I have issues with my body, and the thing that's important to me is this, and I'm thinking about doing this to make it better. So, Rihanna, thank you for great music, and thank you for being real about plastic surgery.